this is Brian, and I'm here with a video on our road to 1,000 subscribers. Today I'll be having content for you on the Cincinnati Bengals regular season predictions for the 2020 NFL season. Assuming things start on time and we have fans in the stands, I think that this regular season will be, of course, accurate because I'm making them, and I hope I'm accurate enough. But if the coronavirus makes things shift around, and we don't have fans in the stadium, it's going to mostly affect teams that actually have a really good fan base, like the Seattle Seahawks, who have their 12th man retired. Philadelphia Eagles, they won't be able to throw people in snowballs at people, and other amazing fan bases like that. Bengals do have a good fan base. We're just not as loud as we could be. So here we go. Week 1, home against the LA Chargers. I have is a win. I think Tyrod Taylor is a good quarterback, but when I looked at his stats more, he didn't really do anything besides the 2017 season where he actually had luck from Andy Dalton to Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Baltimore Ravens. So I have that actually as a win. They have a really good defense, but I don't think their team's going to mesh together quite well, and I think the home field advantage will go to the Bengals with this one. Week 2, we go to Cleveland and Thursday Night Football on NFL Network, and I have actually us beating them. The reason why I have us beating the Cleveland Browns is because no one counts the Bengals in primetime games. But we have a new quarterback, Joe Burrow, who I don't know if you've seen him, but he excels under the lights, excels under pressure. Really good quarterback when he's in primetime, and it's going to show when we beat the Cleveland Browns. Alright, week 3 is going to be our first loss, and it's going to come to the Philadelphia Eagles. Remember, I'm thinking that fans will be in the stands. I think this is going to be really hard for Joe Burrow. It's going to lower his confidence a little bit. Fletcher Cox is a really good defensive player. There's like the Detroit Lions. It's a cornerback slot, and they have pretty good linebackers. And their offense is really underrated, especially if Carson Wentz stays healthy. They have a really good tight end, Dallas Goedert. It's kind of funny how his name's Dallas, and Dallas wanted to pick them. Yeah, but I do have the Eagles beating the Bengals. Week 4, the Jacksonville Jaguars coming to town. Gardner Minshew. I do think that the Bengals will beat the Jaguars. I do think the Jaguars will be the worst team in the league this upcoming year. But don't count them out. It could be a close game, but I do have the Bengals pulling this one out. So we are 3-1 right now. It's really good. But here we go. 5 at Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's going to kill us until the Bengals, unless if we can show something otherwise. So I have that as a loss. 3-2. Week 6, we're in Indianapolis. Phillip Rivers actually has a good O-line now, the second best O-line. I was looking it up, and I think the Chargers had the 25th best O-line, which is not good at all, around the 20s. And I have this as a loss, and I think the Colts will be pretty much in their stride because it's week 6. If we played them in like week 1 or week 2, we could beat them. But since it's in the later weeks, I think we'll drop the loss there. So we're at 3-3 now. Week 7. Week 7, we are sorry about that, guys. I don't know. Sorry, I just had a little brain malfunction thing right there. All right, so I have us going 3-3 right now after a loss to the Colts. And in week 7, we are home against the Cleveland Browns, and I do have a splitting against the Browns. I do think that the Browns will beat us at Paul Brown Stadium, and we are 3-4. Week 8, we are home against the Tennessee Titans, the reigning AFC divisional winners against the Baltimore Ravens, but unfortunately actually lost against the Chiefs, Super Bowl winning Chiefs. I do have that as an L, so we're 3-5 going into the bye week. Week 9 bye week, perfect. 8 games rest, 8 games to finish the year off. Week 10, we are going to Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have that as a loss until we can beat Pittsburgh. And I'm going to keep that as a loss, but you'll see coming up, maybe we'll see a surprise there. So I wouldn't say that we would always lose against Pittsburgh. Well, they have our number right now, but maybe we can change that narrative. So right now we are 3-6. We're sliding down a lot. But here we go, week 11. We are at the Washington Redskins. Chase Young versus Joe Burrow, number 1 versus number 2 draft pick. And I have that as a win. It's because I think Joe Burrow will be able to beat the pass rush of the Washington Redskins. That's really all they have, but I think that we will go past it, and I think Tyler Boyd, A.J. Green, if he goes on the field. Remember, I'm thinking that all the players will be playing, no any kind of contract issues or injuries. and I think that the Bengals will carve up the Redskins, and I think we will win in a pretty good fashion. All right, so now we are 4-6, and week 12 we are actually home again against the New York Giants, and I have that as another win. So now we're 5-6 because I think that Joe Burrow will be able to beat out second-year man Daniel Jones, who everyone was super surprised when they drafted him. All right, so now we're 5-6. Now we have to go to Miami. Tua versus Joe Burrow. I have that as a win. I have this going 6-6 right now. I think Joe Burrow will be able to beat Tua Tagovailoa just like in college. Bengals have good weapons. Remember, I'm thinking that everyone's healthy here, and I think that they will be able to beat the Dolphins. I'll go best case and worst case scenario right now, but right now we're at 6-6. We're on a 3-game winning streak, really good. And then after that, we're week 14. Week 14, we are actually home against the Dallas Cowboys, and I have that as a loss. I think that Dak Prescott will be starting, and I think this is actually the Andy Dalton homecoming game, but I think Dak Prescott will be able to carve our Bengals linebackers, and they'll probably be able to beat us through the secondary as well in the passing game, and until our run defense can prove itself, Zeke Elliott's going to run right through us. Week 15, we host the Pittsburgh Steelers at 6-7, and I have this as a win. I think that Joe Burrow will be able to lead the Bengals past the Steelers, and I think that we will find ourselves a hard, gritty win. 7-7, and now we have to go to Houston, Texas with Bill O'Brien's squad, general manager, and I don't think that he's doing a good job. I have no idea why he traded DeAndre Hopkins, not even for a first-round pick. I'm not going to go over that right now. We'll go over their seed predictions later. But I have that as a loss. I think Houston will be competing for a playoff spot, just like Cincinnati. But I think since they're home field advantage will carry through this game, and I think they will win by about a touchdown. So now we are 7-8. We could maybe be in line for the 7th seed. But at this point, I don't think we're gonna be able to clinch out a 7th seed or 6th seed at this point. And we have, of course, we have to host the Baltimore Ravens to end out the season, unless if the Ravens are some like 15-0 or 14-1 or 13-2. I don't think that they're gonna I don't think they're gonna lose to the Bengals, and I think the Ravens will beat us ultimately. I'm thinking that all the starters will be playing, no starters are resting at this point. So I have the Bengals record at 7-9. So worst case scenario, I would have us losing to the Steelers, losing. We could flip the games against the Browns. We could win at home and lose away. And also, I think that we can lose against the Chargers and we can lose against the Dolphins. So in that case, I think we're at 4-12 is worst case scenario. Our best case scenario right now, I'm at 7-9. I think we can beat the Houston Texans, and I think this is hard is because the Bengals have to play against some hard opponents. I think we could beat. It's hard for me to say because I think we can beat the Colts, but I don't know if we actually will be able to squeeze that out. So I would say we could squeeze out against the Titans or Colts. I'd go Colts on this one. So I think our best case scenario would be 9-7. So yeah, technically we could have a range of 4-9, but I think our realistic range is about 5-8. Probably around that 6-10, 7-9 range. And this was my Cincinnati Bengals regular season prediction video for 2020 and 2021. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in your comments to see if you agree, disagree, any about the games and stuff. And Whodey.